Hello, my friend. How are you? I'm Pat Sloan here on my daily video. So let's do the topic of the day first. Then I just want to kick back. Let's just kick back then and relax a little bit and just have a visit. So the topic for the day is the special. It's on your calendar. So if you haven't downloaded your calendar, here it is. Get it below. So the special is it sounds like a diner, right? Like, I'll have this daily special, the blue plate special. But actually, I'm talking about, is there a quilt or a project that you're working on at special times? Such as, it's a portable project, so like English paper piecing or applique, embroidery, cross stitch, that you take and use, and so only when you're on the road. Like maybe you're at a doctor's appointment, waiting if you are going to pick something up and you have to wait for it, watching kids play a sport or practice. Maybe you just on the road trips, you'd use that same thing. You have a road trip bag. Like I have a road bag, and the road bag has just things in it that I do then. I don't do them any other time, so it might be in the car, or it might be when I go to sew with my friends. Or you might have another project that might entail your big girl machine, that when you go sew with friends, you take your sewing machine and well, I'm only going to sew on this project when I go and hang out with them. And we do things, because otherwise I'll just leave it in the bag and it'll just go with me. So tell me if you have a project that you only work on at special times. So I've been doing a lot of thinking. My friend Sue came over. She's helping me out with another project. She's so amazing. And we were just talking because she had decided that she does a lot of handwork, and she decided to set herself up to get a whole bunch of different projects to be coming in during 2021. That she would be all set. She has like 4 major projects. And I thought that is just so interesting. Like, I guess I do that in a sense because I'm doing what we're going to work on. But I just thought it was so smart of her to know that, well, she's always going to have something coming. She's always going to be looking forward to it. And a lot of hers, I think, are some block of the month, so they're going to be shipping things to her. I thought that was super, super cool. The other thing I've been doing is looking at a lot of different cross-stitch stuff, because my wrists are getting much better, so I thought that would be a way for me to have that little kind of handwork, and I really like it. I've always loved the cross-stitch designs, so I've been getting that ready, and I thought, okay, I talked to you about like which one would I do? Would I do the here we go, let me get them out here. This is what I asked you the other day, and I had 3 of them, but I decided on these 2. I'm going to do the cocoa one first, the hot cocoa, and then I'll do the snowman. And I just think, I'm just so excited. So let me show you, so the snowman will be second, because this one's smaller and it doesn't have tons of stuff. And I want a finish. I want the satisfaction of a finish. So let me show you what I sort of gathered up here. So first of all, I decided to put in the cross stitch book. So this will be like, I am like such a baby cross stitcher. I think it's like project number 6. So I'll have 6 projects in progress, which means I do need to go back through the front here and pick up and do some more on these. I need to get in a routine. That's the one big thing I'm looking forward to doing, which I have not really been doing. So here is this one, which will be, I wrote it down here. And then I'm going to use cloth that I already have. So I already have this Ada, which is 14. So I already have that one. And then I went to get the thread. And I decided I would use this, the Orifloss for this, and take it from the packet, the Prim packet, which is on sale. So I got all of these out. There's these 2 boxes. This whole unit, the 2 boxes, is on sale. Oh, my finger doesn't work. Okay, there we go. So I got these out of this packet. I am going to, because you know what? I think everybody must do this. Maybe not, but I'm going to change. The mug has to be red. So I'm going to do a red mug, and I might do the white in the middle of the mug, or I might add some pink. So I put a pink in there. And there's 2 browns that come in this set. And I think there's actually sort of a grayish one here, but I think that's more gray. So I'm going to, here, you can get closer if you want. So the Aura Floss comes on these really pretty spools, and that is what I will use. They're 6 strands, just like regular floss, except they come on a pretty spool, and there's quite a bit on here. There are 18 yards of floss on there. So I might need to go into my other floss. I have another Aurifil and get a lighter brown. I just need it to be able to show up on here, so I might need to get a different shade. I have to test and see, because the words on this are done in 2 shades of brown. So I just need one for one of the words. So this now is what I want to work on and get going like every day. I want to work on this for a little bit every day and see how far I get, and then make it into either a little pillow to put put someplace, or just do it like to hang on the hanger, like a little mini quilt. So I'll see when it's done what I feel like. And a few of you were asking about the light that I wear around my neck, and so I'll link you below to this. So it comes in multiple intensities, 3 intensities, and then on the back of it there's a button, and this will, let me turn it on there. So this will change the color of the light. There's a yellow light and a brilliant white, and then the average. So you can make it however you like it, and it's bendable. And I like that these parts bend here, so that I can just do one of them. Sometimes I just need one extra one, and so this is very cool. And they're very economical. They're only like I think $15 or something. Very, very good. Awesome presents. Several of you have been writing me saying they got them. You got one for your husband at the same time you got yours, and then now you're going to get them for Christmas presents. Just use my link. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Use my link. It helps us a lot. So that is what I did. I did this today. Got all this cross-stitch stuff done before I taped. I got that all organized so that I've got a bag for it. And I put the snowman in here too. So they're going to be in this bag to work on. I've got scissors, and I've got a little, so I put my needle on the little extra piece that I cut off, and then I clamped it on with the Wonder Clip to the little design board where I can put the threads. So I've also been using the needles with the ball end on them. Have you been using those? Have you tried those? The ball end needles? I think they're really cool. Do I have, let me see if I can find, oh yeah, here they are. They're from Sullivan's, and I'm using one with a bigger eye, which, hold on, I don't know if I'm using 24 or 26, but there's the ball eye needles. Whoops, you can't read that one so well. There's a ball eye needle, and what it has is at the end of it is a little round. Rather than being pointy, it's rounded, like a little ball was fused onto the end of the needle. The needles are made like that. They're made with a bump on the end. So let's see if I, whoops, there. I don't know if you might be able to see that on the one against there. Well, you can see the picture that is showing you enlarged. These are very cool, so I will link you to those because I am loving them. I just think that they are fabulous. So let me know if you use those. Okay, now I have to shift all of this over here a little bit. And before I do, because I want to show you the putting a hanging sleeve on, which is really simple. Let me just move this stuff out of the way. Also, before I do the hanging sleeve, because I don't want to forget, we're going to move the stomping out the new year, stomping out 2020 and leaping into the new year. We're going to start the elephant stomp on December 30th. So we're just going to, I think that's the Monday. We're just going to shift it a month. And then I will start in the end of November a jelly roll sew along, because these will be super fast, super fun. So if you have a jelly roll, pick one of these two. I'm debating still. I'm sort of leaning towards this one, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty much leaning towards this one. But this one would be faster. Like if you want it really fast, I think this one would be fast because you're strip sewing. So, and this one would be, has a, you know, it just has a totally different look of the quilt. So take a look at your jelly roll. So you could pick up my Morrison Park. I have it, where is it? It's over here. Yeah. So, oh, I forgot to turn that light off. It's probably blowing you out over there. There we go. So I've got the Morrison Park, and that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use this for jelly roll and sew up probably this one. Yes, I'm just excited because I haven't done a jelly roll so long for a while, and that way, like, if you know, that's a free pattern, but the elephant is special. The elephant is so special, so I want us to be sure that enough people have time to get my Morrison Park that want it. Speaking of that, the light background fabric is back in stock, this one. So for those of you waiting on it for your socialite or for any other project where you needed the light background, that's back in stock again. Okay, what I did is, I've got to come get this off of here. I got the panel back that had the Be Thankful panel, and I put the binding on it. So here it is, the Be Thankful panel. Ta-da! Cindy and Dennis at the spa quilted it with, there are oak leaves and little baby little sunflowers. So it's an overall design. Let's see if you can see it up close here. There, you could see it peeking up over the top at the monitor. Okay, let's look at what does a hanging sleeve look like. There, it's not a mystery. There are different ways to do them, and some people make them pleated so that there's sort of this, I just make them flat. I've made them flat for years and years and years. They've hung flat in museums, but my understanding is if you have somewhat of a pleated one, and particularly if the rods that the organization is using are fairly wide, that will make your quilt hang nicer. Because if you got a big fat rod and you don't have a pleat, your quilt will like loop out. It sort of lets it hang nicer. So you can look up ways to do that, but I am just using a straight strip, and it's already on the back on this one. It's the same color. It's just the cut off, you know, I cut off the extra. So this is what it starts out as. You just get this strip, and it should be about, I make it about as wide as the quilt. I don't make it extra because I need it to be sitting inside a little bit, like, oh, what is this? About 1.5 inches. So you can see it's 1.5 inches in, about 1.5 inches in from the edge, because that way it has, it lets it hang nicer. So I take this and I will press the edge that I'm going to turn under, the bottom edge. I will go along and just with the iron, I will press it down. So I have my pressed under edge. Rather than hand turning it myself, I just press it under. And so you can see that here. See, it's pressed under already. And then I have placed it, because I'm going to pull this to the front and blanket stitch it on the front of the quilt, the binding. So here we go. So you have, I put it up here before I put the binding on, and then I just have to hand stitch it down. I did glue it so that it would kind of stay in place so it doesn't flop. Like I'm doing this binding, I don't want that thing all of a sudden catching in the binding and then having to unsew anything. So that's pretty much it, just a strip, press under the edge. I take both these ends, I forgot to say that, I take both of these ends and I fold them under once, twice, and then top stitch it so that that makes a finished edge that the rod will go through. And I use a curtain rod like up on there, up. See up there on my crush, the red and white crush, that's a curtain rod. So generally I hang them on curtain rods in my house, and then if you go to a show, they generally have a heavier, like PVC pipe type things, or they're usually thicker. So you need to read an organization's size that they need for the sleeve. Mine is about 5 inches, which is totally good for a curtain rod, but if you're out somewhere else, you might need a wider one. All right, my friend. All the links are below. Thank you so much for using them, and tell me about your special projects that you do only at certain times. Remember, we're moving the elephant a month, and we'll do a jelly roll in between. So, mwah, I love you. See you online.